Hey. Hi. Hello. 1 second. Hi. Hey. Hey, everybody. Yeah, I know this is going to be awkward, a little bit awkward, but it's important. And so I'm just going to power through. Uh, a lot of stuff I want to say, I think, is pretty important and helpful. So just give me a second, and I will give you the update. It's going to be pretty brief. It's going to be a pretty short stream today. I just want to update you on what I've been working on. Because I think, well, basically, look, if you read what I wrote on Twitter, where I talked about doing actual actions to fight this, and then it's been, a month and a half, 2 months. If I was someone who cared and like saw that from someone I cared about and saw the apology, I would want to see a follow up, right? I think you'd want to see some kind of follow through and not just silence, because then you don't know if anything's being worked on. So I just want to update on the actions being taken, show you how whether or not it's been effective, and tell you what the plan is next. Okay. So I'm gonna move quickly. Please don't just let me progress through this, and then we can get back to it. So yeah. High level, I'm just going to cover everything in the past month and a half that I've been working on, because I've been working on it pretty much every day. I've got like a little journal going, and been working with a variety of people, reporters, technologists, researchers, women affected, Twitch themselves. I'm trying to work with everyone I can. So I'm just going to give you an update on all that. It might take, I might ramble a little bit. Give me a little bit of a break. It's live. I'm not very good at like the YouTube mogul mail direct to camera stuff, so I didn't want to make a video, so I'm just gonna do it live. But I won't be looking at chat or anything. I'm just gonna read it and talk about what I want. So, all right, okay. So let's rewind. I will start from the beginning, basically like a week after everything that happened, and go from there and talk about everything I've worked through and sort of where we are today. But first, I think it's worth saying. This is really quickly, but I think it's worth saying. I definitely stand by what I said on Twitter, but the live stream apology that I did was really terrible. Really, it just awful. I'm sorry about it. It was really, really bad. Didn't cover anything that I should have. Oh, is it lagging? Wait, what's going on? Video lag, audio fine. What an awful time what an awful time for that. What an awful time for Spectrum. That's super unfortunate. I don't know what to say. Should we wait? I guess I'll give it. I mean, yeah, I'm seeing the thing is red. Okay, I don't know. That's so unfortunate. I like get myself all ready to talk about this stuff, and then we get fucking lag. Okay. I guess just give me. I'll get a water. I'll give it 1 second because it's still deep red, and then I'll come back. Sorry about this. This is not what I hoped for. It's very unfortunate. Still red, huh? Man, that's unfortunate. You guys, any chance you can hear me now? If not, I guess I can. I don't know. Come back in an hour. I don't know. It's so unfortunate. The audio's fine, yeah, but yeah. I mean, I prefer if the video was both. I just want to, just get through it. I think there's like a month worth of stuff that I want to cover that I've been working on, and it would be cool if I could update on that. Because I said I would, and then and, you know, people would want follow through. So, videos of PowerPoint. Ah, man. I mean, it is, the weather in LA is absolutely awful. Just pouring rain for 24 hours. I guess I can, yeah, maybe I'll just record locally and you can listen. I mean, what, my face does not matter. But there is a couple of visuals I want to show on like the DMCA takedown like graph and things that we've done. So, you know, hopefully it's fixed by then. Man, that's really annoying. I'm sorry. Maybe, okay, maybe. Oh, dude, I really don't want it to be a big thing. I legitimately want it to be halfway over by now, to be quite honest. I just wanted to go power through. Okay. Fixed? Maybe better? Okay, let me just talk. I don't know. I'm sorry about the video is bad. If the audio's fine, I'm just gonna talk and you can listen and we won't have a. I don't know. I have a local recording. We'll see if I do. I don't know. Okay, so I'm sorry. Where I left off was I wanted to start from the beginning. I wanted to go back to about a week after the whole thing happened and just talk you through about last month of what I've been working on. But I wanted to give briefly a moment and just say that I really apologize for the last time I was live. That live stream was terrible. Ari and I had been up since 2 a.m. just mainlining LSF comments, and my brain was just total TV static. Like I wasn't thinking, I was rambling, and I just apologized. It was bad. So I don't want to dwell on that, but I feel like it needed to be said. So okay, it's about a week after, right? It's a week after the event, and the first thing I did was I wired Morrison Rothman about $60,000 to cover any woman on Twitch who wanted to use their services, their legal services, for DMCA takedowns or reputation management. That's only step one, and that's just money. That's not a huge deal, but I just want to just how it started. And that was because QD has worked with them for a very long time. She recommended them to all the women involved and then told me. So I just covered to make sure anyone who was using it, I think that's baseline, anyone who's using it is not financially impacted. All right. But the important thing is that now I had a connection in with Morrison Rothman. So I was able to ask questions and just see what the process is for takedowns and actually learn more about how this process works. So you can see if we can help or make it better or do anything like that. And I started to learn a lot about things I was very naive or uninformed about. Okay. So then around the same time, this is about a week after everything that happened, I got a DM from a woman named Genevieve O, who is a leading researcher in the fight against deepfakes. She's worked with New York Times, BBC, Washington Post, a whole bunch of people on stories covering online predation and deepfakes, etc. She's the real deal. She's an incredibly accomplished woman. And in an incredible stroke of luck, really, really lucky, she was a viewer. She watched Marketing Monday, and so she reached out a week after everything sort of died down a little bit and basically said she believes in the sincerity of my apology, which is crazy given how bad that apology was, but she believed it. And then she said, if you're serious about helping, I can help you get up to speed, which is awesome. You know, that's an incredible kindness. Like you would not believe. She could easily have written me off and she didn't, and it blew me away. So Ari and I were reading her DM in the airport and we were just, tearing up, and it meant a lot to us. So of course I say yes. And she sends me this 20-page Google Doc that she's compiled where she's worked with all these reporters that cover like everything about the rise of deepfakes. And so on the flight, we were in Japan for a bit, me and Ari separately. And on the flight back, I read through this whole thing back to front 3 times. And I'll be honest with you, I immediately get depressed. Immediately. Like I read this whole thing and I'm just in the worst mental state of my life because it is a much bigger problem than I was aware of, right? Turns out this stuff has been going on since 2017 and it's gotten worse and more prolific every single year. Now, obviously, situations like mine do not help, okay? But the main reason this stuff keeps doubling year over year is because this is working. Sorry, do you guys know where it cut off? Man, you know, this is a hard enough thing to get through without the technology going bad. Very, very uncomfortable. Oh, okay. It gets easier. Okay. So yeah. So I'm basically saying, yeah, I read the document. I get depressed because, again, situations like mine don't help. But the reason this thing keeps doubling year over year is because technology keeps making it easier and easier to create. So like in 2017, 2018, you need to be like a hardcore technologist and have a ton of like computing power to create this kind of stuff. And nowadays, an average person using app store apps can create it. And it's like, it's become wide more prolific. And there's a quote in her document in one of the articles that's linked in there that really stuck with me. And it's from back in 2018, and it's from Scarlett Johansson, who literally gave up trying to fight this stuff in 2018 and said, it's a lost cause because the internet is a vast wormhole of darkness that eats itself. So obviously not the most bright, cheery thing to read, right? So it rings true, but it's pretty depressing because obviously Scarlett Johansson has a lot more money and influence than I do. And she gave up in 2018 when the problem is way smaller than it is now. But so obviously my initial response is like just depression, but it's a good thing overall because Genevieve saved me a ton of time getting up to speed. All right. I was able to ask her a ton of questions and consult her huge document to become a lot more knowledgeable, a lot quicker, which is good. I mean, literally just knowledge helps, and it would take me a lot more time to learn this. So even though it's like initially depressing, it actually helped me a lot. So my first thing I do is I focus my scope a bit. All right. I'm not going to, the broad problem is crazy. What are things that like I can control, that people in my influence can control? How can we actually help and make better the day-to-day like experience? And so I started doing this thing that I used to do in marketing called bright spots, which is basically like you look at the last 100 social media posts or the last 100 newsletters or last 100 blogs or whatever, and you chart them all and find out which ones overperformed. And you basically try to explain every one. Like, why did this happen? And try to find patterns. Like, what are the bright spots? Why are the good ones working? And so using Genevieve's doc and my own research, I tried to find like the bright spots in the fight against this type of content, like this type of negative content. And I do. And I find out there's this one group of people who have been way more successful at combating this type of stuff. I don't know if anybody has any idea. Are we back? Sorry, is it going in and out? God damn it. Yeah, I'm so sorry about the tech issues. This is already, yeah, okay. All right. So anyway, so there's one group of people that have been doing way better at fighting this. I don't know where it cut off. And that's the bright spot. Okay. Anyway, so and if you can guess it, it's pretty obvious. All right, it's OnlyFans creators, and it made total sense when I looked into it. OnlyFans creators were way ahead of the curve on like the best practice and stuff on fighting this kind of thing, and it's because they have a direct financial incentive. A big OnlyFans creator could make $100,000 in a month on legitimate sex work. And so finding a way for them to stop unlicensed leaks or deepfakes or anything is a small expense for them, and it directly helps their business. They're crushing, right, at fighting versus everyone else. So I started looking at what technology they use. At the same time, and this is like in February, I was trying to find new work for my editors and my staff because obviously I wasn't creating. So, and my income goes to zero. Their income is impacted as well. So I'm trying to help. I love everybody on the team. I'm trying to make sure they're set up. So I'm reaching out to different YouTubers and I'm trying to find work for the editors. I'm trying to find work for my staff and just giving recommendations where they're needed. And at the time, my highest paid employee is Pay the Musician. Really awesome, talented guy. Was my chief of staff. All right, he helped run everything of the whole business. And I love the guy and I want him to do well. So he expresses interest in this role managing social media at Truffle, which you might know is like the browser app for creators. And he wants to do social media for them. So I reach out and I talk to the CEO of Truffle, Austin, and I basically just tell the truth that Pay is godlike. He's amazing to work with. He's incredible. He's an asset to your team, etc. Austin hires him. Pay gets the job. This is awesome because now Pay is financially set. He has a job he wants to do. That's a relief for me. So this is where another stroke of luck happens. Austin messages me later after that and he goes, hey, it's going really well with Pay. Also, I met this investor guy because he's a founder, he's all around Silicon Valley or whatever. He's invested in this other company out of Ireland that is fighting deepfakes, and that I should talk to him. So I get introduced to this guy, Dan Purcell, over at Caritas DMCA. And that's when things start to really get moving. That's when I start to really get some momentum and feel excited about what's going on. Like I actually feel like I'm helping. So I meet Dan Purcell and I have a lot of long talks with him about his technology. I'm going to show you a little bit. This is Caritas DMCA, search, scan, identify. It's basically a technology that uses bots and AI to fight bots and AI at scale, right? So it's interesting. So I'm looking at that. So I meet with him. And it automatically flags improper use of your likeness, dangerous keywords, and it fills out and sends DMCA notices instantly. All right. So remember what I said about OnlyFans and how OnlyFans creators were kind of at the head of the curve. This is OnlyFans' recent safety report, very recent, like a few days ago. Caritas DMCA is their #1 partner in safety. Right. So now I'm getting very interested because the very biggest creators who are at the the biggest financial incentive to try and fight this stuff is using Caritas. So I'm talking to the guy, and I also look into his backstory, and I find out that Dan and his significant other had their own problem with deepfakes, like earlier when in his 20s or whatever, and it followed him for a long time. And so he built this technology to help fight it. So he's like mission driven. So I get a good vibe. I get a vibe that he actually wants to help. He's not talking about money. He's talking about legitimately solving these problems. So I get a good vibe. So we begin to run a test. We're like, all right, we need to run a test on if we can fight this stuff for an average Twitch creator, like a woman on Twitch. And the problem is we need permission. We need them to work with us. And as you might expect, not a lot of people want to work with me. Like I'm not, there's not a lot of people, oh God, I'm sorry if it's effing, but I got the audio. I can't reach out to a lot of people and find people that want to help. So I ask everyone that I can, right? And the person that responds is Maya. And I got to tell you, I mean, this story is full of examples of people being incredibly kind when they don't have to be. Maya's response to the apology I sent and the request to work with her is one of the nicest things I've ever read in my life. It blew me and Ari away. It was incredibly, incredibly, incredibly kind. And she gives me a chance, you know what I'm saying? She gives us a chance to actually help, which is like just awesome. And I think it's because, I'm not going to speak for her, but she mentioned some of this in her thing, which is like, she's been through, making a mistake in public or I don't know this story, but like getting a lot of online attention for something and feeling bad and wanting. So anyway, whatever the reason, she actually gives me a chance and she lets me start the test, which is awesome. Which is like, it just blows me away. So we start the test and we run the test with Maya, and I want to show you guys some of the numbers. Again, I'm not gonna go hardcore detailed because it's just a broad audience, and I think this stuff is like private. But I'll show you very simple. I cut out the names and details. This is what, again, for $60,000, and I'm not knocking any of the thing. I'm just talking about for the regular manual legal method. This is what normally happens, right? You pay a lawyer, an expensive lawyer, per hour to like Google some stuff, find some links, and manually submit DMCA takedown requests. It's just not incredibly effective. And so for all of February, this is what Maya got for what I was covering for the $60,000. So probably like $2,500 per person, maybe something like that. I'm not, again, not hard numbers, but 51 takedowns. All right. This is all of February, 51 takedowns. Just that's the total with a regular legal system, regular lawyer. Okay. So, in March, early March, we were able to kick off this test with Maya, with Caritas, and try and actually see if we can help. And again, let me make sure that I only show. Here, I'll show it right. So in 12 hours, literally just 12 hours after it takes a long time to manually set up. You have to whitelist everything that's like totally allowed and permissible. And you have to do some manual training on the bot to get everything. But once it gets going, in 12 hours, we got 512 things, like 10 times the amount of things delisted and 1,000+ things DMCA takedown requested. Like, and this is for a cost that is probably 1/10. I'm paying it, but I'm just saying it's literally for like 1/10 the cost. So the test goes really well, like really well. Like I'm actually, it's the first time I feel like finally like I'm helping. So it's good. It's like we actually take on more stuff for Maya than she was getting before. Like she was getting a better deal. Awesome. So then, again, thank you again to Maya for giving me that chance. So I take the test results from Maya and I show them to Cutie. And again, Cutie's super busy with Streamer Awards. There's no, there's a million reasons she does not have to talk to me, but one of them was that she's super busy. But she does respond, which again, super kind on her part. So she sees the Maya results and she's like, all right, I'll do the test. So we run the test with Cutie and it goes even better. We literally get like 700 things taken down in a day. Like just night and day, like way, way, way more stuff taken down. So, and the Cutie is really impressed. Like she's super happy. And we get to start talking again, which is awesome. And I'm not going to, all private, but it's a good conversation. And I appreciate it. So that goes well. And then Cutie, because she's like, she's the queen of Twitch. I mean, everybody looks up to Cutie. Everyone knows Cutie. Cutie introduces me or connects or gets permission from like everybody else involved, like 19 other women. So now we can go back and sign all of them up. And again, this is all free on their, no, there's not a cost on their part. I'm covering it all, or Dan is helping. Like we're not, there's no cost on their part. If they want to go long-term, I mean, eventually, I don't have infinite money, but for now, for them to give it a trial and see if it works, no cost. All right. So we signed up 19 women. Now, this all hasn't gone live yet. Like this is all relatively recent. It takes a few days per person, right? But we got like Pokemon went live 2 days ago. And again, an incredible amount of takedowns. Like we got, I think 2,000 things already, like more than everyone else combined almost for Pokemon. So we're taking down, which is awesome. Yeah, so that's the DMT. And again, I'm not saying that there's no use for the legal side. I think this bot is incredibly useful because the vast majority of what you need to get done is just takedowns. DMC takedown requests because it gets it delisted from Google. Well, the real value here is that like, even if the website refuses to comply, you can get it delisted from Google, which for the majority of these women, I think they are aware, even more aware than I was, because I was kind of naive, that like the internet's a sad place, right? And there's no way to get rid of this stuff permanently forever. There's no silver bullet solution. But if you can get it delisted from Google and increase the friction of finding it, then that helps you with brands. That helps you with like your family Googling your name. It helps, like, it's just better for, it's better for reputation management. It's better for your life. Like it makes your life better and easier. So that's an actual concrete help, right? And what's cool is because it's a bot, it's not, it keeps, like it mentions it right here. I'll just show you like it, report and repeat. Like if they try to re-upload, it's instantly flagged and it gets taken down again. And eventually Google learns, like, because Caritas is a trusted Google partner, they're part of Google's partnership program, which means their requests have never been malicious. Like everything they request has been actually worthy of getting taken down by Google. Google gives them priority on takedowns and delisting. So eventually Google just learns to just not index this stuff. So it's like actually makes a long-term effect. So, okay. So that's the impact on the technology side. We're setting up all the women. Again, we rolled out Pokemon 2 days ago. We have like 15 more to go. I will continue giving updates. I don't know, a few weeks or whatever. It's something I'm continuing to work on. We're going to make progress on. We're going to learn from. I'm sure there's going to be some errors somewhere to fix it, but like we're seeing incredible early results and we're trying to make it better. So that's a start. And again, I'm covering it. I budgeted like $40,000 on top of the 60 to help cover this. It's a cheaper thing, but probably more people and more time is going to use it. That's, 100K is, with income being zero, about where I can top out, but I'm looking at my budget and figuring out, but right now that's okay. So, okay. Then what's next? All right. So that's the technology side. On the other side, I'm still working with Genevieve. And when I say I'm working with Genevieve, what I means is I'm helping in whatever small ways I can. She's incredibly talented. She's at the forefront of her field. Like she's doing things like finding, tracing the crypto payments and like the Bitcoin wallets of all these fucking offenders. And like, we're going to get like a huge index of that and see if we can get it like published or like she's doing some incredible stuff. I'm helping in whatever small ways I can. She's way ahead of the game. All right. She's doing world changing work. But one of the things we've done is we've tracked one of these, major offending sites, which is basically like an OnlyFans, but with no legitimate clients. You know what I'm saying? And they're based in the UK. We found that they're based in the UK, which is about to pass much stricter deepfake laws this year. Now, America, again, some people say like you should focus on legislation. And I'll be honest with you. I've heard Hassan has mentioned something to AOC. That's awesome. Getting her aware and maybe something, but I am very pessimistic about the ability of the government to move even remotely quickly on this stuff. Because there's still like, 5 years behind on crypto They're just, I feel very unlikely that's a great solution. Legislation takes a very long time, and it's unlikely to even be smart legislation. So, but I do think, whatever ways we can move that forward, I think that's incredible and helpful. But I want to find ways that are more like direct and impactful to people affected on Twitch in the short term. We tracked one of these websites in the UK, as mentioned, and we're going to try and work with the BBC to get something published about this website around the time of those laws, see if we can get pressure to get them taken down. That's like one of our longer term goals. Also, if you are a creator on Twitch, if you're female, male, NB, whatever, if you're dealing with this kind of problem and you're lost or confused, or you just don't want to get overcharged, or you just want to know more about what your options are, I am happy. I'm personally happy to catch you up on what I know, help however I can, including possibly financially. I have to make sure my own, I don't have a big income right now. But however I can help, like if you need help on it, I know a lot about it now. I can connect you with the right people, and I think we can help. All right. And as a validating sign of that, this has been really cool. Just a day ago, or maybe 2 days ago, someone who I have not spoken to at all, and it wasn't part of this whole situation, reached out to me, and it was Amaranth. Amaranth followed me on Twitter. She had heard about the work I was doing, I guess somehow. I had not spoken to her. And she asked if I could help her get stuff taken down. And that's really validating, because that means it must have been working for someone, and then the word spread or whatever, I don't know. But she reached out. So now we're working with her. And so we're getting her set up. It'll be a few days or whatever, but I think we can get her started and get stuff taken down. So I'm feeling really good about that. Like, I think, and again, that applies to anyone, not just anyone who thinks that this is a problem for them and thinks that I could be able to help. I'm happy to do it. Legitimately happy to do it. I would love to help. So, those are the main technology stuff, and then the research stuff with Genevieve. And then, in general, if there's like, this is a little more embarrassing, or like a little stuff I'm uncomfortable about, but if there is anything like, so what I've heard is sometimes news organizations won't write a story about this stuff to help put pressure on like legislators and anything, because they think it's either too depressing or boring, or there's not a hook. And so the idea is, apparently, if I give some sort of quote, because my story is so, I don't know, interesting or salacious or whatever, that it's spread and viral, that they might be more likely to write it. So I'm considering that for the BBC thing, because it might help us get a story that could take an actual website down. But obviously, I don't want to like dwell on it for my life. I mean, it's whatever. So anyway, those are the 3 areas I'm helping. It's technology, research, and then any news articles or coverage to help push legislators. And then, if possible, I'll talk to anyone who has connections politically that can make things happen. But I don't have any personal ones, and I'm not super excited about the speed of it. So that's where I'm at. I'm going to keep giving updates. I also have one other big project. So again, the $60,000 that I spent at Morrison, not all of it was used. There's some left over. And rather than get that back, they offered to refund it to me. I said I would rather use it for something else. So we brainstormed some ideas, because again, they've been very helpful. Even though I don't think a direct lawyer is the best way to go for DMCA takedowns, I think there is many uses for it. And one of them is this big idea we have. I don't even want to talk about it now, because I think it is, it's better. I think it could impact the results, but it's about Reddit. And I think we have a way to do some serious good on Reddit and help, again, increase the friction of finding this stuff and the ease that creators can take it down. So we're working on Reddit. So I will give an update on that when I think it is appropriate, but that is what we're working on with the rest of my money. So, that's where I'm at. Again, I know I fucked up. I really do. I know I fucked up, and also I know I'm a public figure. So I really don't even, I get it. I get, if you do something bad stuff should happen to you. I believe that. Like, I am not feeling like I am the victim here, or whatever. It's all good. But I just want you to know that I sincerely feel bad about it. I'm trying to help. I'm like, every day I'm trying to help, and I think we're making progress. So, that's where I'm at. I got no other major update than that. I just wanted to let you guys know what I've been working on, and keep you in the loop, because I said I would do some actions, and I wanted people to know that I wasn't bullshitting. Like, I was serious about it. That's it. I really don't want this stream to go any longer. It's already much longer than I thought, because the audio and video is crap. I'm sorry about that. I'm sure, it's it's great that the video is crystal clear when it's me and Ari crying and doing the worst apology I've ever done in my life, and then it's crap when I'm trying to actually help. But I wanted to do one more thing. Bob's Burgers movie. I've never watched Bob's Burgers, but I watched the movie, and that part where like she's like trying to cheer him up when he's looking at the sinkhole, that made me cry like a baby because that is literally what happened in Japan. I was a zombie for the first few days. I was completely out of it, and she was like trying to cheer me up and take me out and do things and like slowly get me out of my shell. And like, man, I was just so I just oh, did we lose it? Wait, did we lose it? Bro, did we lose it? Where did I where did I cut off? Dude, I'm sorry about this tech issues. When I was talking about the internet, where did I cut off? Oh god, dude. Oh, one more thing. That's, man, the internet is so bad in LA. Maybe oh god. Any chance it's back now? Dude, oh god damn it. Go live from phone? No, no, I don't want to do that. Turn off. This is actual PowerPoint. I'm so sorry. Yeah, another. I mean, I don't know. Nothing I can do. Spectrum internet is terrible today. I'm gonna see if I can. One second. Hey Ari, you using the internet at all? It's like really bad is it back? No, no, it's not. Maybe I can turn the quality down or something. This is very poetic, I guess. Oh, we're back. I'm sorry. Yeah, internet's terrible, right? As you can expect. Um, can I? Maybe I can broadcast in lower quality. Wait, I think I can fix it. Wait. Any chances working now? Any possible chance that you can see and hear me? There's really like one thing left to say, so I kind of just waited, but I kind of want to just, yeah. Okay, we're back. Okay, I'll be quick. This part feels weird actually because it was supposed to be the ending. I legitimately even forgot what I where I ended. Talking about the bad internet. Yeah, I covered everything I'm working on. Yeah. So my plan was because I figured the stream would get pretty somber, and everything you're seeing from me is somber lately, and so I wanted to end on like a more lighthearted note or whatever on a story, just so you could be reminded that I'm not a total sad sack. So, um, uh, I wanted to tell you a very brief story, and then I'll end from Ari and I's time in Japan. And I don't know where I got cut off, but basically I was saying the first thing we did after everything happened was we went to Japan for a week, separately from everybody else. It was just me and Ari went to Kyoto just to get off the internet because obviously there's a lot of harassment and stuff going on. I am a public figure, so I get it from me. But Ari was getting a lot of stuff on her social medias and like guys who like used to work at Amazon. Oh, did it cut out again? This is insane. This is not working. Guys, this is not working. I'm going to try again a different time. Yeah, it's not working. All right. Sorry. I'm sorry. If you can hear me, I'm sorry. We'll try it again a different time on the last part. Spectrum is just fucking me. It just keeps cutting in and out. So, yeah, I'm gonna record something or figure it out. Sorry for the delay. Sorry for the error. It's just not working. It's just whatever it is not working. So yeah, thanks. Of course it's working now. Wait. And now it's going back red again. Okay. All right. I will tell this story later. I think it's a fun one, but we'll do it later. Thanks guys for listening. I'm gonna keep working. I'll have more updates. I don't know exactly when, but I'll have more updates on everything I'm working on. Yeah. So just thanks for bearing with me. Thanks for again. Some of you sent some really kind messages that meant a lot to me. I actually want to. I don't know if I should. Yeah, I will. If we got a second, if you can hear me, I just want to thank one person in particular. Obviously, a lot of people in my life have been super supportive and helpful in helping me and Ari get through this. And again, I'm not a victim here. I'm just talking about it's difficult when you're a public figure and getting extra sorts of harassment. I'll enjoy trying to help. But I want to thank Linkus and Maisie. And I don't want to single them out or anything, but just they were the very first people to reach out to us. And Linkus wrote me the nicest message I've ever seen in my entire life. And man, I told Linkus, if anyone's shooting at you, call me and I'll take the bullet. I cannot tell you the respect I have for that guy. It's not even his native language. And just thinking about what he wrote makes me want to tear up. It was just the nicest fucking thing, and it meant so much to me and Ari. Both him and Maisie are just the sweetest fucking people on planet Earth. Man, I just feel incredibly lucky to have them as friends. All right, thank you guys very much. That's it. I'm done for the stream. I will be back with more updates later. Thank you. All right, bye.